Yeah. Hi. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. We're sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. Well, I am a little sorry, but I'm not too sorry. I can explain. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I am very accustomed to the experience that, how do I phrase this properly? It is my personal experience that starting a live stream and preparing a live stream takes a lot of work. Usually, that's my experience. Like, it will take me a long time to get even just one program to start up for a live stream. And so if I did a guerilla before, I had to just really, really want it. You know what I mean? But now, it takes me like seconds to run a program that used to take me minutes. And so the temptation to do a guerilla only has to be so big before I just do it now. You know what I mean? It's so easy. And one more thing. I don't know. I missed this. I missed you. I missed like hanging out regularly. And my day off yesterday after a whole week off kind of hit me harder than I thought. I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff done yesterday. I ended up doing a bunch of work, but I ended up being like bored by the end of the day. You know what I mean? I was so bored. I was like, I want more. I need something to do. I'm so bored. And I still technically have some work I have to get done this week, but I don't know. So this is me kind of like retroactively making up for being bored yesterday, I guess. What is good in your world? What have I missed? Honestly, what have I missed this whole last week? What's happened this last week that I've just been touring the globe. I have not toured the globe. I only went to one place. So we had a bunch of cool stops on the way there and then on the way back. So, second job, exciting. Congratulations. Be careful. Do your best, but don't overwork yourself. Even just one job can be a lot for most people. So be careful. Be sure you take the time you need to rest. Free from exams. Let's go. Canadian Zeal. What? Zeal's not Canadian. What? What happened? Did something happen while I was asleep? Huh? What's that about? What happened? What did he stream last? What stream of his did I miss? I'm sleeping normally now, by the way. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. and I woke up at like 8 a.m. That's like excellent, right? That's excellent sleep. That's actually normal. I'm winning. Came out as Canadian. He said he's Canadian? Oh, sorry. I should be supportive. Yeah, Zeal is the coolest Canadian I know. Zeal's not Canadian. Don't let him fool you. Yeah, he's a liar is what he is. Lying is his hobby, I guess. Well, whatever that's about. I'm glad you guys had fun. Hope he got some good work done in his study stream. Yeah, he's not Canadian. He's a liar is what he is. He comes from the land of liars, apparently. How am I? I'm great. Like I said, I had a very productive day yesterday, and I feel really good when I can be productive. It makes me feel cool. What else happened yesterday? I caught up on my art tag, and that always makes me happy. I let it build up for like 5 whole days, so I had a lot to look through. That made me happy. Ego tag as well. It made me really happy to see all the cute photos from the meet and greet. Everybody had such cool outfits. It was nice to like catch up on the cosplay and stuff as well. I gotta say, oh yeah, I don't think because I made like brief mention of a couple. There was another one that stood out of like among the cosplayers, right? There were a couple of Kaelixes. There was a Zeal. And one that stood out in my memory was this one person dressed up as Inami Senpai. And they actually brought Inami Senpai's puppet and also Hibachi Senpai's puppet and like pulled them out. It was really cute. Yeah, that one made me smile. I love Inami Senpai. He's so cool. And then aside from the cosplayers, everybody else was just like dressed really nicely. Everybody had such nice outfits. Everybody did their hair really nicely. It was really nice to see. I don't know. I love I love fashion, so I love to see whatever people choose to like present themselves in when they go out. So it made me happy. It made me happy in general to just like get a good look at what everybody wanted to wear. It was a nice time. Also happy to report, I think I'm no longer sick now. My throat feels just fine. I'm still super congested, but I'm thinking... I remember the last stream we had, I was like unsure of whether it was like all sickness or all allergies. I think I got both. I think that's what's going on. I think I've got both going on. Or I guess I had both going on. I think the sickness was in my throat. And then just like a slight fatigue, but one that was small enough that I almost didn't notice it. And then allergies are all in my nose. I'm super duper congested, but my throat is great now. I was able to sing yesterday, which was really nice. I've missed singing so bad. I'm so excited for karaoke this weekend. I wanted to sing so bad this whole last 2 weeks. Admittedly, I did a lot of singing on the road though. Me and my friend sang a lot along to like the songs that we're playing, because he's the type who will play like he'll have like an auto shuffler playing the whole time. So there were some songs that we knew, some songs that were new to us, and it was a good time. I love singing with other people. It always makes me happy. And I'm honestly still riding the high of like our first live song together with By the Beat. Our first like in-person song. It was really cool. I love Kaibutsu. I've always thought that song was really cool. And hearing everybody sing together on something other than Satellite just made me happy. I want to sing so many things together. I was just really happy to sing anything together. I want to sing 1 billion songs together in the future. Did you like everybody's lines? I did my best to distribute them in a way that suited everybody's strong points, you know? And of course, I did ask if anybody had any parts they preferred before I started. So I think everybody was really in their element for Kaibutsu. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I really loved Seible's part, like right in the beginning, starting off strong, you know? Starting off strong at that very first line, giving us a good like setting the tone. I really love I loved when Frio did the I knew exactly, because I scripted that and I wrote in the thing, sing this an octave down, because I knew he would want to do it in an octave down and that it would sound really good. Because originally that part should have been another like and I knew he would like rock it if it was down lower, and he slayed it. And I knew exactly how it would sound to you. Yeah, and then Zeal got the like that long note. It was so yummy. I tried to give everybody a main character moment. Yeah, and then I had like the ad lib after that last chorus. I just felt that it would have been too empty. That little pause at the end of the chorus. That was actually, if you're curious, because sometimes I take inspiration from elsewhere. Still try to make it new, you know, but having an ad-lib there in the first place was actually inspired by a cover of that song that was done by Al Bella that I highly encourage you check it out. It was I think it was the debut track for like their third group called Vadlib, Batoripu. They did a mashup of Kaibutsu and what was the other one? I think it was an Ado song. But yeah, when they hit that last chorus, the lead vocalist at that part did like a similar sounding ad-lib. That was the inspo there. Very yummy. Highly recommend checking it out. They're really cool. It's this project where they book seiyus, like well-known Japanese voice actors, to sing a cappella. They do a cappella covers and originals. Very yummy stuff. Big vouch. I love a cappella. I need them to be humongous. I need them to have like, I need them to have 7 games and an anime and 20 movies. Soon. that's what I want. I need the world to know about Alapella so they can do more cool stuff. Having throat coat, by the way. I'll probably be having nothing but throat coat for the next like several months. The first thing I got with my first paycheck was like 6 months worth of throat coat, so I'd never run out. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. I love them. They're very cool. I love Seiyu. Then you'll probably enjoy Alapella. They actually, something really cool they do. For the debut track covers, they'll usually include like video footage of the Seiyu in the studio recording it. It's pretty fun. Peipakoa, I have that just straight out the bottle. I don't mix it into my tea personally. Some people do though. But I like to have it like cough syrup almost, because that's technically what it is. It's just not like medical grade cough syrup. How do I look, by the way? Do I look good on your screen right now? My tech is a little different. I changed my filters up a little bit as well because I can handle stuff, but I'm not sure if it actually like looks good in practice. Actually, I want to check it out myself. Let's see. I'm gonna open my own stream and mute it immediately so I can't hear myself talking. I'm so curious as to, like, for example, I have like a thin layer of grain on. I love noise. I love slapping noise onto things, but sometimes online, if you don't have like a solid system, it can struggle. Let me see. Ah, I see. Wait, what if I switch it to? I see. Huh. Do you want to do some load testing? I spontaneously feel like turning on every single filter I have. Are you ready? All right, I'm gonna turn this up, and I'm gonna make sure I have all these like this so I can know when to turn them off. All right, you ready? This might get a little overwhelming to look at. I'm turning everything on. Whoa, I'm running so many processes at once. Wow. Isn't it crazy? Just as like a piece of clarification, running about 5 of these would have been too much a month ago. About 5 of these alone would have been too much. I have to be very conservative with like which effects I'm using during my streams. So it's pretty cool. Okay, let me make sure I'm turning off the right ones. Okay, and then this one. Ah, you two. Boom. And then I'm normal. I'll turn that off too. Isn't it crazy? Looks like CCTV. Ah, maybe this is pretty cool. I love this one because it functions like an actual CRT. Like you actually have the RGB panels. I may or may not be considering using this one for nothing in particular pretty soon. This also has, this is the one that my grandma had. She had one of these. My grandma had one of these where it's like the lines across and like it's really satisfying to like run your finger down. She had one of these. It has both of them. Whoa. Pretty fun, right? Save my eyes. Oh, sorry. Was that too much? Yeah, I will say I'm kind of torn on using this one. It is the most immersive, especially if I combined it with like a 4:3 ratio. But I worry about whether it's like unpleasant to look at, you know what I mean? I may just do everything else to make it look the way I want it to look. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'll deliberate over the coming week. I've still got a little time to set it up, so. Like an old film? Oh no, hold on. You want an old film? Watch this. And then I turn that up. And then I do like motion trailing. Or no, that's like 2 different types of film. I think that's it. That's old film, right? Wait, this reminds me of do you remember? Wait, how do I do this again?
Don't cry.
Do you remember that? Do you remember? And it was literally like just a week ago. Crazy. I guess a week and a half ago, more like. I'll be back soon, I promise. I want to learn the transatlantic accent. That'd be so nice. That'd be so fun to do. Especially like the masculine transatlantic accent, because the one that I am kind of defaulting to sounds more like the women, like the actresses. They would have that neutral tone. When it came to the actors, they had more of like a like they talked really low and nasally. I want to learn the transatlantic accent. That'd be so nice. Do you know why the transatlantic accent existed, by the way? Because there is an actual reason. It was invented. The transatlantic accent is not something people naturally had. They developed it on purpose. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm lying to you right now. This is just a fact I have in my noggin. A factoid, I guess, if I can't confirm it. My understanding is that they invented the transatlantic accent so that the films and the shows they were producing would be accessible to both like the United States, Canada, etc., like the Western Hemisphere, and Europeans, like England. Because otherwise it would be more typical to like produce entirely separate shows, and that way they could reach a wider audience with an accent that could be more easily understood by both. That's my understanding. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that bananas? Had me thinking that's how people just like talked back then as a kid, you know? Watching things like I Love Lucy or just things from that similar period of older shows. It made me think that people just talked that way back then, but they did not. They probably just talked a lot like how we talk now. Yeah. Fun trivia. Yeah, that's why it's called the Transatlantic, because the Atlantic Ocean is what separates the States from the UK. Transatlantic, across the Atlantic. Yeah. Makeup from that era is also interesting. Yeah, because they would do it knowing that it would show up a certain way in black and white, right? Like they would not do just normal makeup. It would actually be like very saturated. I think they would use like reds and greens in it too, wouldn't they? I can't remember for sure if those were the colors, but I have seen and read before that when they were filming things in black and white, they would just do makeup that stood out correctly. Yeah, very high contrast and very bold colors. Yeah, green lipstick. And blue? Ah, I see. Just because that came out as a more natural color on like a black and white output. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff. I've always thought it was really cool. Because, you know, they were kind of like pioneers at the time. It was all new. So they were constantly developing strategies to make it better. I feel like last decade, 2 decades, maybe 3 decades even, it's been a lot of the same techniques. You know what I mean? It's kind of polished to a point where there's not much more to learn or to figure out. The most we do now is just kind of like see how much bigger we can make it on the average screen. Want to test it? Let's see. I wonder, is there a way I could do this? Well, I could, I could show you something pretty interesting at least. I don't know about makeup. I'm not very good at makeup myself. I don't have any experience putting it on, but I can show you this. So there are different forms of black and white, and there are some that are just literally dependent on which colors are removed. I can like do different channels. So if I toggle on the red channel, I'll look like this, which should stand out because despite the fact that my eyes are really bright, because it's focused on like the red right now, my eyes come out looking really dark. Isn't it pretty cool? Kakoi na. It's fun, right? But if I do the green channel, it looks more like this. Ooh. And you can see that the lower section of the eye where my green is, because I have heterochromia in each eye, the lower section is brighter because that's where my green is. And if I do blue, it looks like this. And now the upper section is the brighter one. It's pretty fun, right? I don't know. I always love playing around with these things. Yeah. Of course, there are other ways to do it. Like this would be... Oh, whoops. I still have it on the other one. Let me do... like this? Or no, wait. I know a better way to do this. It'd be like... this one. Neutral monochrome. This will reflect the values of red, green, and blue properly, while just making it grayscale. This is what I would naturally look like in grayscale. It's very pretty. I've always loved black and white. And there's also like a more film noir type. This one really is good for like exaggerating shadows and highlights. Like you can see like the light coming in from my window. It looks a lot more stark on my face with this one, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, Anniex, thank you so much for stopping by. Oh my goodness, I saw that you caught the other three. Sorry, I stream at such difficult hours. I finally made it to your live stream. I want to thank you and everyone else for making this event a success, and I hope we'll get to work together like this again in the future. Thank you so much, and likewise, it was wait, let me I got my funny filter on. You caught me while I was playing around. But likewise, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I said this behind the scenes, but genuinely, it meant a lot to me to have this as my first appearance publicly, and I'll do my best as well. I look forward to any similar opportunities in the future. Thank you so much for helping me make a reality this little dream of mine. I've always wanted to do things like this. It made me so happy to be able to stand alongside by the beat for something so cool. I had a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, Doppio drop scythe. Whoa. I'm getting what is the word? I'm getting double whoa. Hi, thank you so much for the redirect. Did you have a nice stream? I hope you did. I hope you had a wonderful time. Have a good day, Kay. I see what you did there. Likewise, I hope you can get some good rest. Be sure to eat if you haven't had. Get some water as well. Very important to stay hydrated. Thank you so much for stopping by. So excited for your 3D, by the way. You're about to get your third D. You've only had 2 this whole time. Yeah, the D in Doppio and the D in drop scythe. Maybe the third D can be debonair. Yeah, I'm so excited. So excited to see what you're cooking up. Oh my god. Whoa. Hi, Zeal. Whoa. 2 in a row. Hi. I hope you had a nice time as well. Were you playing Pokemon? I think you were playing Pokemon. I feel like I tuned in for like 2 seconds and then I was like, wait, I gotta do something. Yeah, I hope you had a nice time. Be sure to get a meal as well and rest. Please rest. Get some good sleep. It's probably about bedtime for you, isn't it? It's so tragic. We're like flipped right now. I just woke up. It's crazy. Just finished the first DLC. The one that's in Kitakami, right? Kitakami. I love that one. The next one is my favorite though. The next one is my favorite. You're gonna go to I'm not gonna spoil. But you're gonna go somewhere I really love. I really love that one. I hope you're having fun. I need to play more Pokemon myself. I'm especially excited now that it's on like the Switch too. It looks really pretty. Yeah, I hope you had a nice stream. Thank you so much for the redirect. Yeah, to Scythekicks and also to Zerfins because it was back to back. If you'd like to hang out for a bit, I am here for a bit longer, like 30 minutes more maybe. And if not, I hope you had a nice time. Feel free to drop off at any time, get some good rest. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, today I just today's Guerrilla. I didn't schedule it. I just decided to do it like 10 minutes before it went live because I recently upgraded my PC. I took a week-long pilgrimage to go collect it. Now I have it, and it used to be that streams were really difficult for me. Like I loved doing them. I've always loved doing them, but it used to be a lot of work just to get a stream to go live. And now it's really easy to start a stream. It's so easy to like run the programs involved. And it's a lot harder as a result for me to resist the urge to just go stream whenever I want to. I have no real reason not to anymore. And that's why we're here. Yeah, I was just playing around with effects and stuff because in addition to struggling to stream, I also sometimes struggle to run certain effects and stuff. There are a lot of effects that I have at my disposal when it comes to visual stuff that I usually will just opt not to turn on because I just struggle to run them. I can't physically process all of them at once. But now I can. And I can do so much cool stuff as a result. Whoa! Pretty fun. Yeah. I'm especially excited for its application in my Sillier Zatsudan stuff, which I haven't done in a while. And also its applications in karaoke streams. I really love to do fun karaoke scenes, but I always have to be really simple with it. I'm really excited to play around more. And then there's also sorry, that was me slapping my cup out of excitement. Do you hear that? There's also so many games that I've had to pass up all this time that I can play now. I'm really curious. There's so many on my radar. Everybody and their mother has been begging me to play Outer Wilds, both before and after I debuted. Like viewers asking me to play it. It's called Outer Wilds, right? Am I remembering that name correctly? Both viewers and also like just friends that love the game have been telling me to play it for a long time, and I can physically play this game now. There's also like Souls-like games. I played my first one very recently. I just sampled Night Rain for the very first time last week, and I'm very obsessed with that. It's really fun. Not very good at it, but I'm really enjoying it. And it's really nice, like conversation slop. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a fun game to just idly play while talking to people. I made a new friend while I was playing, like a friend of my friend who I was staying with at the time. And I feel like we got close so fast just because of the conversations we were able to have while playing this game. So I'd like to schedule like a proper stream of it. I have a couple senpai that really love Souls-like games, and I have a beloved gen mate who adores these games as well. So, yeah. I'd really like to play more of that. I'm almost like overwhelmed with the volume of like all the games that I could not play, but I can play now. Another one, I think I've mentioned before that I got myself Baldur's Gate as a birthday present last November for myself. I played it for like 13 unbroken hours, and then I deleted it because I knew it was too dangerous for me. When I still played that game that one time, I had to lower the graphics settings to all the absolute minimum, like the lowest setting on every single thing, and it still took like 20 minutes to load a room, things like that. It was so difficult for me to play, but I still was obsessed with it. So the thought that I can like play it with the correct graphics and or I guess not correct, there's no correct, but like the higher graphics, the default graphics, and not wait a billion years to load a room. But that thought is really tempting. It makes me want to play it in proper. like in earnest, you know? Because when I played, I never got much further than like I think that game is separated into arcs or like chapters, or what are they called? They have these in acts. I was gonna say they have these in musicals and plays. Acts. I never got past Act 1. I don't know how many acts there are, but I remember I took down like a goblin fortress, and I helped this like I helped these people that lived in the forest, and I think I did something to help tieflings as well. I don't remember the context. It's been so long. November was a long time ago. Yeah, I never got very far in that 13 hours that I played. It was really fun though. It was really fun though. Some guy gave me a lobotomy. That was pretty fun. Yeah, I'm curious to play more in the future, learn more about it. And then what else is there? What else is on my radar? What if I open Steam right now? What's there? There's also like all those really popular games people play together. Like I don't know that I'll ever enjoy them truly, but one of my big things to avoid games like Valorant and like Rivals and stuff is just that I could not play them very easily. So there's also those. I don't know. There are so many games. Wukong is another one I've really wanted to play. Black Myth, Wukong. I've been really drawn to that one. It's like monkey and sword. And lore. So many. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm overwhelmed enough with all the games that I have access to now that I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, there will be more than just Switch games in the future. Still mostly Switch games though. That's the other thing I'm really excited for. I got a stronger capture card. This one is internal. My previous capture card was like an external one, and it was more of a budget option. So playing Switch games previously meant that there would be a full 3-second delay between like what I input and what gets shown on my stream. So I had to do a lot of like technical delay stuff to make it look right. And I had to borrow a second monitor from my sibling in order to play Switch games. Now, it's only like a few milliseconds of delay. Like I think it's like a 0.3 second of delay. And I can just play it on my monitor without borrowing a second one. So I can play Nintendo games way more easily now. It's really exciting. Yeah, I'm just like everything overall is way stronger and smoother, and I'm really, really excited. Nom 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 nom. Oh, my tea is like a really good temperature right now, so if you've got a beverage on hand, you should get hydrated with me, okay? If it's not too much trouble. Let's drink together, okay? Cheers. Okay, one more big gulp. Yummy, 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 yummy. Streaming on one monitor is so impressive. I don't know. I got a taste of 2 monitors when I visited my friend. Because, you know, they're unlisted now, but I was still streaming over my trip. That week I was gone. And he had a 2-monitor setup, and I couldn't handle it. I ended up just moving everything to the monitor that was directly in front. I can't handle 2. It's too much. I can't do 2 monitors. I think I prefer it with just 1. I think if I ever get a second monitor in the future, it'll be a while out. I don't want it anytime soon. And if I do get one, it'll be like a smaller, skinnier one to put on the side. Just if I ever absolutely need it. Like, for example, if I do that, I could play games in full screen. Because when I stream, I don't play games in full screen. I just window them. Yeah, I don't know. It's just all I've ever known. I'm actually struggling to adjust now as well. Oh my gosh, you might actually criticize me for this one. I love to just share my normal opinions, and then I learned that they're not actually normal opinions at all. So I used to be on Windows 10 for the longest time. My PC didn't go higher than Windows 10, and even that upgrade was a difficult one because it came from a time before Windows 10, I think. And on older versions of Windows, because I'm on 11, I think 11 is the current one, right? On older versions of Windows, you could unlock and freely move around your taskbar, right? So as long as I have ever had computers, I have always put my taskbar, like the thing that goes at the bottom of your screen, I've always put it directly at the top of my screen because I found that it helps with my posture. And now I can't do it anymore. Windows 11 doesn't let you put it at the top. It has to be on the bottom or on the side. I can't put my taskbar at the top anymore. And I'm really struggling to adjust. I feel like all the time I need to I'll switch to another program and I'll go up to the top where it should be and it's not there. Yeah, you could move it. You used to be able to. You can't anymore. Yeah, I think you can put it on the side, but it's not the same as before because it used to be... Here, let me investigate. It used to be that you could just unlock the taskbar and move it to any of the sides freely, and you could stretch it and make it bigger and stuff. It's not... You cannot unlock the taskbar anymore. It's not like a tactile movement system anymore. It's like a button that you turn on now, I think. Let me see. Let's see. Taskbar... I guess I could turn back on to automatically hide it because that's what I used to do. I would put it at the very top and I would have it set to automatically hide. So to open my taskbar, I would have to move my mouse all the way to the top and then it would kind of summon it. And that way all my programs were in full screen in my mind, I guess. Let's see. Wait, maybe you can't do it on the side. Maybe I'm misremembering with the taskbar alignment thing because you can natively set it to center now, which I really like. I like having it on the center. I actually got a plugin previously from the store that would center it for you. Okay, let me see. Maybe you can't do it. Yours has a top option? Where? What? Also though, I don't know. I may just get used to it being at the bottom. It may be better in the end. I don't know. I'll investigate another time. For now, I'm just kind of sampling it because the reason it would be a potentially better thing to just get used to it is if I ever have to stream on other computers again, which may happen a lot in the future if I ever get to the point that I'm traveling a lot. Let's see. Huh. Let me see. Really? Is that true? I don't think I see the same thing. I'll investigate another time. I am kind of getting used to it though. I am kind of getting used to it. And I feel like another reason it's a good thing for me to get used to is because a lot of programs are built with the assumption that it will be at the bottom. There were some programs that worked a little weirdly for me in the past because I had mine at the top. What? Why is everybody else able to put it at the top but not me? Maybe I am able to put it on the top and I just don't know how. I'll investigate later. I'll investigate another time. Yeah, I think I might need a tutorial. I'll go looking for one in a bit. I'll go looking for one. When you first update, I actually don't know because I never updated. I just switched devices altogether and I now have Windows 11. It's kind of funny. This is a fun gap because when you are in my generation, all the older people in your life think you're a tech genius. It's oh, okay, can you come fix this? Oh, my grandson's gonna work at NASA, things like that. You know what I mean? They'll all treat you like you're an absolute IT whiz, but I'm actually not that tech savvy in all the ways that matter. I am tech savvy in the sense that I know how to safely navigate the internet and I can use a keyboard. That's about it. I actually felt like a caveman watching my friend do like setup and stuff and getting advice from him for like how to maintain the PC in the future. I'm totally out of the loop when it comes to that stuff. I don't know what any of these words mean. Or like it was even worse when we were like picking out the parts to build the PC. I remember he'd be like, "All right, do you have any preferences when it comes to insert word that I've never heard before?" I'm like, "Oh, does that thing do this?" He's like, no, that would be your insert other word I've never heard before." It's just so many things, so many like working pieces and parts, and I didn't know what any of them meant. So all I did in the end, I was like, okay, I'm gonna level with you. I don't know what any of this means. Here's what I need. I need it to be able to do this, this, and this. I would like it if it's like this. I don't need it to do this. Like all I cared about was performance. I didn't need it to have any flashing lights or anything. I actually prefer a really subtle, I almost said piano, PC. So mine almost looks like just a black box of nothing. You can see the light from the power button, and you can see some small lights on the inside, but it's very, very low key, and that's how I like it. LED, no LED. I was like, please don't give me this. If you give me this, I'll just turn it off. In general, I always turn off LED and like RGB with my stuff. I'm kind of like I stand in radical opposition of it. I think it's really cool, to be clear, and I love when I like see other people's setups and they got all these flashing colors and stuff. For me, it's really distracting. I prefer for it to be turned off. Like even like the keyboard that I have now, I don't remember the model number, but it's like Kisint, I think is the name. It's like KISNT. I don't remember the model, but I have shared it previously. This one by default has like flashing LEDs when you type, and it's got all these different settings. I turned all of that off. I need it to be like absolutely dark. No lights, please. Like, why are we raving right now? I'm just trying to type an essay. I'm not at the club right now. I don't need this light show. So yeah, no, I kind of prefer the opposite. I like it to be very quiet, very, very dim, absolutely nothing. I only need a light to indicate that it's turned on. That's enough for me. And that's all I use personally. Yeah. So even with the PC, there's a light, I think, on the graphics card that it just comes with it. You can't turn it off, to my knowledge. You might be able to. I think I might ask about it. And there's a light on the power button. That's it. Nothing else. There's no spinning lights for the fans. There's no rainbow light show. None of that. It just looks like a black box. And I love it. I'm genuinely obsessed with it. It's everything I dreamed of. Genuinely, if it wasn't like an overheating problem, I would put a blanket over it, like a bird cage at nighttime. Because you know, when you need your birds to go to sleep, people that have birds as pets, they'll like put blankets over the cage so they think it's nighttime and they go to sleep. That's what I would do if it wasn't a problem for like temperature regulation, cooling. Beige mom. I'm not a beige mom. Oh my god, I might be a beige mom. I just okay, no, I have to make a very important distinction. The distinction here, people are called beige moms because they impose their aesthetics on their children. All right? If I ever had children, I would want them to look really cute, but like I would let them choose their own styles. I would let them dress however they wanted. In fact, I think for kids, I actually really love when I see them in like the red, yellow, blue combo, like very like Lego looking. I love that. I think I'd go all in on that when I was still like choosing clothes. If I had a kid. I don't want kids though. I don't think I could handle it. Yeah, no, I'm not a beige mom. I'm just a beige individual. I just like beige things for myself. A lot of my clothes are actually like in shades of beige. I like brown and cream colors. Yeah, no, I would never impose that on my children. Personally, I would never do that. Beige unk? What? I actually might become an unk someday. Isn't that crazy? I've got enough siblings. There's a solid chance of it. None anytime soon, probably. We're all still so young, but there's always a chance I could become an unk at any time. Like, I'd be a literal unk. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I could be an uncle. God, that's so crazy. I think about that sometimes, and it sends me reeling. Sends me off the rails. I'm like, what? They made this child? I don't have experience with it quite yet, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. Please update when that happens. I'll share. I'll share. Of course, I'll obviously be vague. I try to protect my family's privacy however I can, but I think if I was not specific and I didn't share too much about like timing and stuff, I could probably be fine. I'd be a cool uncle. I think I could be. I'd like to be the mysterious uncle who is mostly not present, but then appears once in a blue moon with a crazy present, like a crazy gift that you think of for the rest of your life. That's what I want to be, you know? Like, I want to be totally removed and elusive and mysterious, and then I swoop in with a Nintendo Switch 2. That's what I want to be. Santa Claus. Yeah. Though I also kind of love the fantasy of, like, it's kind of the opposite. Like, super present uncle who is like a conspiracy theorist in a Disney movie. Do you know what I mean when I say conspiracy theorist uncle? Like, I love that fantasy of being the uncle who like he is always talking about aliens and Bigfoot and stuff, and is like living in an RV in the front yard specifically so that he can like conduct his wilderness research or whatever, like in all the movies. Like Hollywood conspiracy theorist uncle. I don't know, there's just something about that deranged vibe that really calls to me, you know? Like, I think I don't know, there's a timeline where that's just what I'm doing instead. There's a timeline where I'm just like, you know, I'm wearing my khakis and my how do they dress? They'll wear like Hawaiian shirts with a white undershirt all the time, and they'll drink out of coconuts. I'm just describing Psychowitz from Victorious. Yeah, that guy. That's the vibe. There's a timeline where that's how I dress, and I'm just like and I'm just wandering through the forest and forming theories about creatures and stuff. Grunkle Stan from Steven Universe. Do you mean Gravity Falls? Both good shows though. I love Gravity Falls and I love Steven Universe. But yeah, that kind of vibe. Building things, effigies to Bigfoot. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Bigfoot, true or real? Do you think he's real? I think something like Bigfoot is probably real, or maybe was once real. I think most sightings are fraudulent. I would love to see it though. That'd be really cool. You've seen him. Proof? Do you have proof? You know, the proof is in the pudding. You need evidence to corroborate a claim like that. I love big feet. Yeah, okay, let's move on. More than Bigfoot, I've always wanted to believe in like Yetis. I've always loved the idea of a Yeti. I would love to meet a Yeti. Like a Sasquatch in a snowy area, like on a snowy mountain. It'd be so nice. One of my favorite villagers in Animal Crossing is Hans. I hope we can get him someday. I might have his amiibo card. I can't remember if I have his or not. But yeah, I love Yetis. Like the abominable snowman. I'd kind of like to be one of those guys, you know? There's this one, there are two Yetis that I really love in Zelda games. There's one Yeti, or actually two in Twilight Princess. It's a couple. They're really cute. They're called Yeto and Yetta, I think, if I'm remembering their names correctly. And they live in the manor. They live in the abandoned manor that used to be used by the Hylian military. And they're just really sweet. Really, really, really cute. Yeto is the big guy. He's like twice her size, Yetta's size. And he loves sledding down the hill, and his wife is sick, so when you meet them, he's just trying to make her a soup that will make her feel better, and he asks you to like find him ingredients and stuff. And then Yetta is just she talks in very short sentences. She doesn't say much, but she's very cute. It's not clear if she either like, I've never known. Does she just not have arms, or is she wrapped in a blanket? What do you think? Hold on, let me make sure I've got her name right. Yetta Twilight Princess. Can you look her up for me and tell me, do you think she has arms, or is she wrapped in a blanket? Like does she just not have arms? Or maybe it's not even a blanket, maybe it's more like a cloak. Like, does she not have arms, or are they wrapped in something? I've never known, because you never ever see her without it. But if they're the same species, I will say that Yeto does have arms. He does have arms. Like, he's got big, strong arms and then stubby little legs. But then there's also a Yeti in the most recent Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom. That's really, really cute. He's got like a family. It's really, really sweet. I'd like to play both of these games someday. I've had this very strong yearning to play an older Zelda game, like something other than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom lately. I genuinely almost started up Wind Waker this week. I almost I had it scheduled. I was like, I'm gonna just interrupt Tears of the Kingdom to play Wind Waker. Then I thought, oh, that'd be too much Zelda. I have to save it for later. I don't know. The wiki claims it's a sweater. What's their source? Where'd they get that from? Yeah, the person that we were playing Night Rain with, like the new friend, we talked a bunch about Wind Waker. He really likes it. And that made me think about Wind Waker again. And I have access to it through like the emulator for the like NSO Plus, Nintendo Switch Online. So I could play it. I could also play it on the Wii U. I could do the HD remake. I actually think I prefer the HD remake for that one in particular. Just because you know it's how do I phrase this? It's easier to play for Wind Waker in particular. Usually I'll prefer the original, and I think I still prefer the aesthetic and design of the original Wind Waker. But with the Wii U's remake, they made the sailing sections a lot easier. They made it a lot smoother. They introduced a new item that made it really easier in the end stage of the game as well. And that one, like the feature that's lost, like the bottles, it's not as essential a feature, so it doesn't feel like you're playing a ghost of a game. Whereas with like Twilight Princess HD, that's my favorite version of Twilight Princess to play. But almost all of the chests in the game, or no, more like half of the chests in the game are stamps for Miiverse, and Miiverse isn't around anymore, so it feels kind of empty to collect them. You know what I mean? Don't understand a thing, but yes. Sorry. I got a little excited. I always get excited about Zelda, and I've been like honestly restraining myself from playing a lot of the Zelda games that I really love, because I wanted to give you a very open introduction to the franchise if you're less familiar with it. And though they aren't my favorites, I felt like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom would be a really good introduction for anybody who's new. But you know, all my favorites are like I really want to save. I'm saving this for like a really special time, like an anniversary or something, maybe even a birthday. Ocarina of Time was my very first Zelda game. I played it as a kid, and then Majora's Mask is the direct sequel to that one, and that's my favorite Zelda game. So I really want a good time to come to play all of them. But also, you know, I'm in this for the long haul, and if I play through every Zelda game in 1 year, I won't have any left. You know what I mean? So I think I'm content to like space them out a little bit. We got plenty of time to play all the other Zelda games. That's the opinion I'm kind of holding. I'm just kind of wavering in that opinion a little bit lately. I'm wavering. I'm like desperate to play something else. I love Tears of the Kingdom, to be clear. I love it, and I'm so happy to be playing it, and it's so fun. But I'm so desperate to like just boot up another one. Yeah, I have lots of fun with it. Many other Nintendo games to play as well. I'm really hoping for some new stuff of the franchises I love. I'm hoping for a new Animal Crossing, but not for a year. I need them to not give me a new Animal Crossing until like August of 26 would be great. That would be a great time for a new Animal Crossing. Until then, I need to like collect everything in this Animal Crossing and finish terraforming and everything. I haven't even gotten to start terraforming yet. Or like, oh, I'm excited for the Donkey Kong game. The Donkey Kong game, Bonanza. That one's really fun. Or it looks really fun. I love Pauline. She's always been one of my favorite Mario characters. So I'm really happy in general to see her show up so much more, you know? She was in Mario Kart by default, and she's an essential character for the Donkey Kong game, it looks like. I'm so excited. Is it next week? Oh my gosh, we're already like, we're almost halfway through July. We're like, in a week, we'll be halfway through July. Isn't that crazy? Time moves so fast. I feel like it's still like the end of June in my mind. I'm always lagging behind in my mental perception of like what time of year it is. I feel like this is always happening. Like I remember when we started June, I was like, I feel like I'm still in April. And of course, there's non-Nintendo. We were talking about games I want to play. I neglected to mention Minecraft. I was originally going to play it this week, but I decided to take a little bit more time to make sure I have everything set up. Because I can play with like shaders and stuff now, and I've never had that before. Even off stream, I've never played with shaders before. And it'll take me a little bit more time to figure out how that stuff works. So I wanted to take an extra week to make sure I got all that together. But yeah, we'll play Minecraft again. I think next week for sure. Or not for sure. I should probably not promise things, but I'm like 90% sure Minecraft next week. Yeah, Kale's come back. Kale, come back. Though during oh my gosh, he sounded so sick. It made me so sad. I hate hearing people when they're sick. It makes me feel so bad for them. But Wilson did like he did a Twitter space yesterday, and Vox and Luca popped in, and they were talking about like, I want to do Enchanted 2. Like I want to reset everything. And part of me wants that so bad, you know. I would love to be there when everybody else is starting out. That'd be so nice. I can't decide in that scenario if I would like kill Kale and do something entirely new, or if I would just consider that Kale's start, because I never really was able to start with him. You know what I mean? I wasn't ever actually able. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for it though. Kill Kale. Don't kill him. I figure if they do that, it probably won't be anytime soon though, because everybody has so many ideas that are necessary for this one, right? Like I think Luca was building Squid Games. And people have been talking a bunch, in passing a bunch of different times about like a magic school as well. They want to make a school of magic. Twist Space never worked for you? Oh yeah, I was planning to do one of my own, but I ended up being that was a very, very hectic day. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting to be back at the house that day at like 1 p.m. after a quick lunch. But we had a really unexpected side quest that had us out for most of the day. And by the time I got back, I was just exhausted. And then when it comes to like listening to other people's Twitter spaces, I'm mostly just there to listen, honestly. And I operate on kind of like vampire rules. Do you know what I mean? Like I will not ask to join. I have to be invited. Speaking of vampires, have you seen the recent acclaimed film Sinner? No, I'm kidding. I love Sinners though. I talked a bunch about that not too long ago. I love that. I loved that. I loved that movie so much. Oh my goodness, what time is it? Okay. I did mention that I would give you about an hour. If I go too long, I'll be putting myself at risk, because I have a members only stream later this evening, and I'll also be dropping into Rosami's stream immediately after, so I should actually start wrapping up here. Oh my goodness. I know, it's so sad. You can't make me go. But I can. Okay. So, just to quickly wrap up, what is there? So, if your name is Green today, I will be doing a members only chat. It'll be honestly very similar to this, but slightly different atmosphere, slightly different vibe. It'll be at 6 p.m. EDT, so that's in like 6.5 hours. All right. And then a few hours after that, around 9 p.m. EDT, that's 9.5 hours from now, I will be making a brief cameo on Miss Rosemi's stream. Miss who? She not a girl. That's Miss that's Miss Lovelock. It's Judge Lovelock. I love that clip so bad. My apologies, Miss Girl. Miss who? Miss who? It's Judge Rosemi. Quiet, I'm talking. Yeah, I'll be making a brief appearance on that. She'll be doing a court-themed stream. I might just get held accountable for my transgressions. She actually had like a submission. I don't know if they're still open or not, but she'll be she's taking feedback from viewers so she can remember what everybody's crimes are. So I don't know if it's open, but if it's still open, you might be able to check out her page. Send off a crime or two of mine. I'll be inshallah, I will be held accountable for my actions. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, having my day in court. So that'll be tonight at 9 p.m. EDT. 3 streams today, triple stream day. Whoa. This is the power of the new PC, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna dash now. As for the rest of this week, wait, I think I can actually show you. Is it this one? Boom. Okay, rest of this week, I will be playing Animal Crossing tomorrow. I did play a little bit off stream. I played some on the road. So I hope you don't mind. I progressed a little bit, made some money, but I didn't do anything super important. There will be something new there waiting for us. I decided not to play anymore. Sorry, I just had a hiccup. I decided not to play anymore when I saw that was coming, so it'll be the first time looking at it for both of us. Thursday, I'll be taking the day off, probably. I can never guarantee that a day off is actually a day off anymore now that it's so easy to stream. Friday, I'll be playing Splatoon 3 in the Splatfest. I previously stated that I was going to be playing for Team C, but I've had a change of heart. I love Fry, and I've given Fry a lot. I've played for her so many times. In fact, every single Splatfest I've ever played in, except for the Final Fest, I played on Fry's team. The only Splatfest in Splatoon 3 until now that I haven't played for Fry in was I played for Team Present. I played for Off the Hook. And you know, after all this time of playing only for Fry, I think it's okay that I derail from that trajectory just a little bit. I'll be playing for Fry on another account, and I'll be locking in really hard on that account, and then I'll just be playing for a little bit on another account to play for Team Shiver. Okay, I'll be playing both sides. I just want to play with my friends. I like playing games with my friends, you see, and a friend of mine has already chosen to play for Team Land, which is Shiver's team. And honestly, more than being Team Fry, it's more like I'm Team not Shiver, because I think Shiver wins too often. I think she has too many shooters, and I think too many of them are really good at Splatoon. So I've always fought for Fry. But it's no fun playing alone, you know? I just want to play with Zeal. We haven't played Splatoon in a while. I want to play Splatoon with Zeal again. So I'll be playing Team Land if you'd like to play with us. I don't know if we'll open the lobby at all or not, but feel free to play Team Land with us. And I'll be locking in really hard for Team Fry, Team C, off stream on a different account. Yeah. I wanted to clarify that because I did say previously that I'd be playing for Team C. Not going to be the case anymore. Then to wrap up the week, I'll be doing 1980s throwback karaoke. I think the set list will probably be around 10 songs. I did go ahead and get like 20 of them approved, I think 15 to 20 songs, but just to be extra safe, I'll probably cut it at like 10 just to be careful. Very excited. I love 80s music. I tried to get a good mix of singers and genres that I like. I admittedly don't know everything I probably should know. Like, there are a lot of standards that I'll be totally missing just because I don't know them. Because I admittedly did not live in the 1980s. Those were not my college days. But, I don't know. I do like a lot of them. I went through a few phases of listening, and I am excited to share some songs that I do like. I also, honestly, aside from having my phase with it, I grew up on a retroactive kind of analog archive of things from the 80s and 90s, because those were the things that my parents had collected on VHS and like discs and stuff. So there were a lot of movies and stuff from that era that I grew up watching, even though I wasn't alive when they were released. So there are some songs from things like that that I really like as well. Very excited for this karaoke. This will also be a bit of a visual experiment. I may go a little crazier with the karaoke visuals this time around. I don't know how far I'll take it, but I'll be able to handle more stuff than usual. So that'll be the streams for this week. I hope you can look forward to at least one of the streams moving forward. Okay. I have to find out who I should send you off to now. And it's a big responsibility today because I believe we have some lingering Zerpents and Scythekicks. I gotta make sure I'm sending you somewhere cool. Granted, all my options are always cool. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its tail. If he colors, let him... He told me to pick the very best one, and you are it. Zalia's Bondage. Alright. I'm gonna send you over to Mr. Zali. He is playing Wuthering Waves. He loves this game. Seible really likes this game too. I see him playing it a lot. When you get there, please do me a big favor. Check his rules if you aren't familiar with them. Everybody has their own rules. His might be slightly different from mine. And follow them for me, okay? Be on your best behavior. Make a good impression if you're new there. And just be chill. Don't get in there talking about me. Get in there and talking about Zali. Talk about him and Wuwa. Get invested in what he's doing, you know? And if this is the end of the line for you, that's okay too. I hope you can have some nice rest, all right? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. I will see you again later, all right? Stay safe. Bye-bye.